Howdy folks, today is Wednesday, June 18th. The time right now is 6:40 p.m. and I'm here at Greenwood Station out in the city's East End. And I'm just going to make my way on up to street level. Then we're going to take a walk around one of the more unique residential neighborhoods in the city. But first things first, we gotta leave the station. And as you can see, the bus bays here are still undergoing construction.
Sometimes I go on the trains. I'm the
And this is Linsmore Avenue.
No, I've already been to two. You go to the second one.
And just to the south of here is Danforth. What I'll be doing is making a right and heading over to a neighborhood dubbed The Pocket. And I'll wander through that neighborhood, eventually finding my way up back at Danforth. And I think we'll finish at Donlands station. This is an area that's been dubbed Little Ethiopia. And happy birthday to longtime viewer Lauren, the Leslieville Builder. Thank you so much, Lauren, for tuning in over the last few years. And happy birthday to you. Although I believe the Pocket is mostly, in fact entirely, in Riverdale, not Leslieville. This stretch of the Danforth is quite underrated in my opinion. And in the other direction from where I came out of the station, there's some excellent restaurants. Not that some of these ones aren't. But I'll make a left at Greenwood and head south. Where you can only enter the Pocket, I think from Greenwood, from a few different points. And on the opposite end is Jones Avenue, and there's only a few different areas where you can enter the Pocket from that side. That's how the area got its name. As due to the limited access to it.
Across the street to look at that store you wanted to.
It was dubbed The Pocket. That guy just blew that red light. or blew through the red light. There's the old Allenby Theatre, and that used to extend into where this Esso is now. But the Pocket neighborhood is south of Danforth, which is the direction I'm heading. West of Greenwood here. So everything to the right, sandwiched between Greenwood and Jones Avenue. And there's a CN rail corridor that cuts it off to the south. And speaking of rail, one of the big reasons it's cut off on this side is there's a big TTC streetcar yard, or rather subway yard, just to the south of here on the right. With it kind of threatening rain all day, I was holding off on leaving the apartment to record, but we still got plenty of daylight left, and it's a rather nice evening to take a walk. But this is one of two subway yards on line 2. The other one is the Keel Yard, which is much, much smaller than this. That's over on the west end of town between Dundas West and Keel Street. So this is just one of a few different ways to enter the Pocket from this side. So I'll be walking along Oakvale Avenue here, but here's a look at the massive subway yard, and way off in the distance you can see a bunch of subway cars parked outside. So I'm guessing this is where they do all the tidy up and maintenance, and where they store many of them over the night. But you could describe this as a rather small, charming, and tight-knit neighborhood within the larger Riverdale neighborhood. And most of these homes date back to pre-World War I. I think I've only recorded through here once before, and that was on an e-scooter.
Yeah. We were like, oh my God, dang.
I popped into it from Jones Avenue on a few prior walks, but this is the first time I've really set off on foot exploring it. Let's get another look at the massive subway yard. And this looks to be where line 2 trains connect to the yard. There's a little platform there. And some TTC employees on the platform. They probably do crew changes and that sort of thing. Maybe that's where the drivers hand the keys off to maintenance at the end of their shifts. Oh, it sounds like there might be a train here. Maybe that one's coming offline. It's finished its rush hour work. There's a lot of park in the pocket. I'm not sure what exact route we'll take. The Oakvale Avenue Pollinator Way. I'm guessing that's TTC employee parking over there. And what looks like a community garden space. It is eerily quiet. That's a short walk to Donlands and Greenwood station, so it's certainly well located. And they've got bike share racks. So this is Chatham Avenue. There's a fire station. And I'll lead you up to Danforth, some newer homes on the left. I think some of my laces are being a bit noisy. It's so quiet here. You can actually hear these things thumping up and down on my shoes as I step. Normally, that's not a problem. There's EV charging over there. This is Finn Avenue. There's a large park in the center of the pocket called Finn Park. And here is an old school. That used to be the Eastern Commerce Collegiate Institute. Apparently it closed about 10 years ago. And now it's home to a wandering spirit school, an Indigenous-focused junior kindergarten to 12 public school, the Subway Academy, which is an alternative secondary school. There's a sign from the Wandering Spirit School. There's also a preschool in that facility, as well as the Toronto District School Board Museum and Archives. Across the street we have more of those pre-World War I homes. School facility renewal project. It's definitely got more of a village-like atmosphere. Apparently there's the Pocket Community Association, which is very active at organizing block parties, park cleanups, and seasonal events. I think the people living here take a lot of pride in this area. I'm not sure if I'll be fenced in if I go this way. It looks like I might be. It's a very odd place to put a basketball hoop on what looks to be a very not official length track. There's another basketball hoop over there. We'll see if I can go south and connect to Finn Park. I think that path will lead you down to the park, but I kind of want to take this laneway here. Am I seeing a corner store up ahead? Let me just take a look at the map and see if I can work my way. Oh, that is Jones Avenue. So that isn't within the pocket itself. So you'll notice the homes don't have driveways and garages out front. Any of them have these laneways in the back where you can park your car. We'll see if we can spot any laneway homes. E-bike pop-up, Leslieville. Oh, it's just an advertisement. So I think this is the park here on the left. That looks like something straight out of Graffiti Alley. Is that a Uber 5000? I'm sure someone will correct me on who the artist is. I think the population here is only around 3,000 or so. Their median age is 41, and it's mostly pre-World War I homes, as I mentioned, but I think the vast majority of them have been renovated. Yeah, it looks like there's a gate. I don't think I could have cut through that school play yard. Very well kept park, and it looks like this is a splash pad. There's a playground over there. This neighborhood seems to have a rather strong sense of identity. There's certainly more community spirit apparent than the neighborhood I live in, Midtown. That is not pre-World War I. It is. It's certainly not recognizable from its original form. But what an utterly charming neighborhood. I wouldn't normally walk on the side of the street where cars are parked, but just want to give those people a little bit of space from the weirdo walking through their neighborhood with a camera in hand. Look at that really cute little home. All right, I think this street will take us just about as far south as the pocket goes. So we might as well just keep going as far south as I can, and I'll start working my way back up towards Danforth. Also just south of here at Gerard and Jones Avenue is another really neat kind of underrated area. Oh wow, look at this property. That is gorgeous, and it looks like they do have a laneway house in the back. That might be my favorite home in this area. Seems to maximize space on the lot while still fitting in with the character of the neighborhood while looking modern at the same time. I think if you gifted me one random house in this neighborhood, that's probably the one I would take. The landscaping in this area is quite interesting. So the rail yard or the rail corridor should just be to the south of here. Oh, and there you can see some subway trains at the terminus of this street, whatever street this is. But it looks like this person, Jeff, played a huge role in this neighborhood. He seems to be sorely missed around here. Hey, that home looks similar to another one we saw earlier. Ooh, maybe that last home we saw has some competition. That looks like a tear down and rebuild. Right, I'm not sure if we can escape here. It says no exit. I thought the city was going to revise those signs to indicate if you could still get through on foot, because sometimes you'll see a no exit sign, but there'll be a walkway. For sale, 76, whatever street this is again. If you want to have an idea as to what the housing prices are like in this area. And this looks like it's private property. Instead of laneway parking, there's just a public parking lot there, or I guess a private parking lot. All right, so let's march north up to Danforth. I'll cut back into the pocket, but this is Jones Avenue. I've done a number of walks through here. You can see that rail corridor that severs the pocket to the south. This is a somewhat major north-south arterial. Not quite as major as Greenwood or Woodbine. These houses on the right count as being in the pocket. First time I recorded down Jones Avenue, I remarked that this area felt like it was kind of stuck in a time warp. Imagine not a whole lot has changed even over the last 50 years or so. If my memory serves me correct, I think I want to make a right at the next one. That sign there says no access to Greenwood Avenue. I think if you're creative, you can. It's certainly not convenient access to Greenwood Avenue. There's the 63 or 83 Jones bus, oops, making its way down to Commissioners in the Portlands. I think I featured that store in a thumbnail before. This is Shuddell Avenue. Shudell? But we'll make a left, I think, at a street called Earl Grey coming up. That should lead us almost all the way back up to Danforth. It's a really unique looking home. Oh, we've got another one for sale. Someone's playing some video games. That one looks like it was plucked out of Cabbagetown. Looks like an old worker's cottage. You know what, we can make a left at this next street. This is the one that runs parallel to that laneway I walked through earlier, right when I passed the school. That house is quite enormous. The only thing this neighborhood is missing, I would say, is on some of these street corners for there to be a home or two that's been converted into a corner store or a cafe with a little patio. So this street is called Ravenna Crescent. There's a few parts of the beaches that feel kind of like this. So I think this is going to make a gentle bend to the left and take us back to Jones Avenue. And as an added bonus, just to the north of here, they've got Square Boy. One of the best burger joints and best values in the entire city. Looks like there's some construction planned for that property. It's got a bit of an exclusive vibe to it without that sort of snobbish feeling. I definitely describe it as an enclave. There's decent access to green spaces, tons and tons of trees, quiet streets. It's almost the perfect blend of small town charm and city connectivity. Or connectivity, as I hear some YouTubers say. I always say connectivity. It's kind of like when I hear someone say gondola instead of gondola. Makes me raise an eyebrow and say, where did you learn to speak? We're back to Jones Avenue. And just up here on the right is Square Boy. And if I didn't eat shit last night, and by that I mean chicken wings with a beer, I'd definitely be down for a burger and fries tonight. Oh, so this is Chatham. So when I saw that store at the end of the street earlier, it was that barber shop right there. Across here. There's Square Boy just on the right. And this place, Secura Coffee, recently closed. I talked about a rather odd experience I had there once. There used to be a beloved diner in the area called Motorama. Now it's a place called Sammy. And I've had breakfast there a few times. And the area just west of here is Greektown. There's the legendary Square Boy. Super friendly people working there, and it looks packed. It is always packed. I see a lot of people standing around the corner or counter. All right, time to go back to Midtown. We can check out this new entrance to Donlands Station that recently opened up within the last year. There's an old church loft conversion. Please tap again. Well, at least it didn't happen with people waiting behind me. That does happen from time to time. I blame Presto. I'm going to take the subway to Bloor Young, where apparently they had to run shuttle buses earlier today, because why the hell not? It's the TTC. Here we go. It sounds like a train is rolling in. Mine. Oh well, I'll just catch the next one. Enjoyed that walk around the pocket. And again, happy birthday to Lauren and everyone else out there who happens to be having a birthday. Do let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do, there's links, shut up TTC announcements, to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I've got an Instagram account at Johnny Strides. And there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Yoink.